Today we're looking at island hopping in the Pacific theater of World War II. Hello, welcome to the Daily Bellringer. Please don't forget to subscribe and take a look at the questions down in the description. Also, don't forget to check out dailybellringer.com where you'll find more resources that go with many of the Bellringer videos. During World War II, the fighting in the Pacific Ocean was some of the toughest and most important of the entire war. One of the main strategies used by the United States to defeat Japan was called island hopping. This plan helped the United States move across the Pacific by capturing key islands while avoiding others. By doing this, the American forces were able to slowly get closer to Japan and eventually win the war. On Sunday, December 7, 1941, Japan launched a surprise attack on the United States naval base at Pearl Harbor in Hawaii, causing major damage and killing over 2,000 American sailors. The attack led to the United States joining World War II. At the start of the war, Japan had controlled many islands across the Pacific. These islands were important because they had airfields, naval bases, and supplies that helped Japan defend its empire. To gain these resources, Japan invaded countries such as China and took control of many islands in the Pacific. After Pearl Harbor, Japan quickly captured several important areas, including the Philippines, Guam, and Wake Island. At first, Japan seemed unstoppable. Instead of attacking every Japanese-held island, U.S. military leaders developed a strategy to retake many of these islands and inch closer to the Japanese mainland. They decided to skip the most heavily defended islands and instead focus on capturing those that were less protected but still important. By taking control of certain islands, the United States could build airfields and bases that allowed planes and ships to move closer to Japan. At the same time, the islands that were skipped were cut off from supplies and became weaker over time. One of the first major battles of the island hopping campaign was the Battle of Guadalcanal. This battle took place in the Solomon Islands and lasted for several months. It was the first time American forces went on the offensive against Japan. The fighting was very difficult, with both sides facing harsh jungle conditions, disease, and constant attacks. In the end, the United States won the battle, which gave them confidence and momentum. Another important battle was the Battle of Tarawa. Tarawa was a small island, but it was heavily defended by Japanese forces. When U.S. Marines attacked, they faced strong resistance and many obstacles, including coral reefs and fortified bunkers. The battle lasted only a few days, but it was very deadly. The high number of casualties showed how challenging it would be to capture even small islands. However, the victory helped the United States continue its advance across the Pacific. The Battle of Iwo Jima was another key moment in the island hopping campaign. Iwo Jima was important because it was close enough to Japan to be used as a base for American bombers. The island was heavily defended, with Japanese soldiers hiding in tunnels and bunkers. The battle lasted over a month and resulted in heavy losses on both sides. In the end, the United States captured the island. A famous image of Marines raising the American flag on Mount Suribachi became a symbol of bravery and determination. The final major step in the island hopping strategy was the Battle of Okinawa. This battle was one of the largest and bloodiest of the Pacific War. Okinawa was close to Japan, making it a key location for possible invasion. The fighting lasted for weeks and both sides suffered huge losses. The battle also showed how fierce Japanese resistance would be if the United States tried to invade the Japanese mainland. Because of the high casualties of Okinawa and other campaigns in the Pacific, U.S. leaders began looking for another way to end the war with Japan. In August of 1945, the United States dropped atomic bombs on the cities of Hiroshima and Nagasaki. These bombs caused massive destruction and loss of life. Shortly after, Japan surrendered, bringing World War II to an end. The island hopping strategy was very important to the Allied victory in the Pacific. It allowed the United States to move closer to Japan, step by step, without wasting time and resources on every island. By capturing key locations, cutting off supplies, and weakening Japanese forces, the United States was able to eventually wear down the Japanese forces and win the war. So with that, hopefully you learned something, and thanks for watching.